New Logics in the Market Part 4. Do you know this about education? Discover yourself. This book is written by Mr. Deepak Satia. Chapter 41. What is so special about Delhi schools? There is a huge section in Bharat that does not know about the education revolution of Delhi. Some have heard that the schools have become good, but do not know about the exact changes that have taken place. Why? It is because the media of our country does not get any sensational news about the education revolution. Our country's media is interested in murders, but they find boring the best arrangement for children. Apart from that, they take advertisements from those political parties, whose politics run on the power of illiterate, ignorant, and poor people. They do not want Bharatiyas to stop spreading their hands in front of leaders and stand on their own feet by becoming wise. That's why there is no talk of an education revolution in Delhi. When this book was given to some special people for review, the question arose that you are talking so much about the education revolution of Delhi, so why not give a short report of it as well, so that every parent would take a copy of the book. Standing in front of the leaders of their respective states, they would say that when the education minister of a half-state can do so much, why don't you? Therefore, based on my little knowledge, I tell you about the education revolution in Delhi. I make it clear again that this information will be very little, even if it is significant. There are two reasons behind this. The pair of Manish Sisodia and Atishi Marlena have done so much that it is not possible to know everything. Manish Ji keeps on going to Arvind Ji with new suggestions, and Arvind Ji reviews those suggestions quickly and passes them. So it is quite possible that by the time you read this book, they may have implemented 10 new schemes. Therefore, by applying your sources, you will keep getting new information about the education revolution in Delhi. So let's get started. School building. Manish Ji once went to Delhi school. He stood near the building and thought, can I send my children to study in these buildings? His conscience replied in the negative. Then Manish Ji decided that the building itself would be changed first. Atishi Ji said in an interview that the children of government schools get so demoralized on seeing their buildings that they don't even dare to compete with private schools. The present situation is that if you look from the outside, you see Delhi government schools. Instead of schools, you see luxury hotels. If you go inside and see, you will know that the classrooms have been reduced to a capacity of 40 to 50. Then arrangements were made for good air and light in them. Along with providing the best quality desks and chairs, the facility of a projector was also given. Your eyes must have glistened reading all this, so think of the children who sit in such wonderful classrooms. Just think for a while about what kind of self-confidence they have now. CCTV. After buildings, the school and classrooms were filled with CCTV cameras. If parents want, they can see the well-being of their children sitting at home, as well as see whether the exchange of education is going on in the class. Sports arrangements in school. In the next step, schools were made hubs of sports along with education. To promote all types of sports, stadiums, courts, tracks, and pools were built, and the best staff were also appointed. Technical arrangements in the school. Platforms were provided for technical labs of science students and children associated with arts. Good people were included in every department as staff, so that these plans come out of the papers and take the form of ground reality. Happiness in school. A period designed to be happy in schools. The brand ambassador of this scheme is Mr. Dalai Lama, who lives in the Dharamshala area of Himachal Pradesh. With his blessings, this program of the Delhi government has been very successful, which is constantly doing new experiments. Patriotism in school. We got freedom in 1947, to get which we made many sacrifices. But last many generations feel that freedom is given for free, due to which the level of patriotism among Bharatiyas has gone down to the lowest level. To make the new generation staunch patriots, there is a class on patriotism, so that kids give their true cooperation in nation building, while maintaining the independence of this free country. School committee. parents of the children were included in the school committees. Now in Delhi schools, parents decide what is right and what is wrong for their children. School teachers and principals. The self-confidence was increased of the teachers and principals of the schools by providing training in the country and abroad. Due to this, they started giving the best education to the children with full devotion. Respect of school teachers. The teachers who do excellent work are given awards while increasing their respect. Education ministers' regular interaction with children. The education minister of Delhi and his team constantly interact directly with the children. Children's confidence also increases, and they are also inspired to move forward. Leaving private schools and opting for government. When all these excellent works started happening, the results were bound to be better. Talking about the present time, when the results of Class 12 came this year, everyone was left watching. The result of private schools in Delhi was 93%, while the result of government schools in Delhi was 98%. As a result, thousands of children in Delhi left the private schools and enrolled in the government schools of Delhi, saying that when the best education system is available for free, then why waste the money of the parents on the less good education system? Yes, Delhi is the only state in the whole country where this happens. In all other states, children leave government schools and go to private. Private fees have not increased. Kejriwal government has done miracles in government schools. While giving relief to parents of children studying in private schools were not allowed to increase fees for the last 6 years. Locked hens checks were returned. When some stubborn schools tried to take on Kejriwal's honest government, their schools were locked to teach them a lesson. Those arrogant people went to the court, but the court put its stamp on the sincere campaign of the Kejriwal government. After that, such a miracle happened which is not possible to imagine, at least in Bharat. Private schools returned the fees to the parents of the children. Mentor of the country. Many children do not know what to do and how to do it. Apart from this, they don't get the right guide even in their home. Such children take education from some department, do training in some other department, get a job in some other department, and while dreaming of going to some other department throughout their life become victims of intoxications, as well as diseases, and completely waste that precious human life which they get only once. For example, 70% of the people working in the film industry are those who never had any education in films at the school or college level. To deal with this very serious problem, the Kejriwal government came up with the idea that people who are experts in their field should connect with each child and show them the right direction. The name of this idea is Mentor of the Country, whose brand ambassador is the true hero Mr. Sonu Sood. 2,000 rupee seed money. Delhi school children who have an idea are given seed money of 2,000 rupees, making arrangements to enable them to provide jobs instead of seeking jobs. Many children have earned 30,000 rupees starting from 2,000 rupees, that too while studying. After this, those children are brought to the zonal level, and at present Kejriwal government is going to make such a system, in which these children will start getting sponsorship from big companies. Just think that before today, companies used to come to the campuses of big colleges to give jobs to children, but today they will come to make government school children owners of the company. The children of the poor cracked the big exam. There is a minister in the Delhi government who is related to the Bahujan Samaj, backward and scheduled castes. A special data came to Mr. Rajendra Pal Gautam. It was found that 99% of all the big exams of Bharat are cracked by those children who study in one or the other good coaching institutes. It was further found in the research that this is possible because the exam makers choose the same syllabus that is taught in the coaching institutes. Then Rajendra Pal Gautam ji went to Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, after making a blueprint of a plan that was passed immediately by Arvind ji. Under this scheme, those poor children of Bahujan Samaj who want to crack the big exam will study in the coaching institute. The Delhi government will bear all the expenses of his institute. When this scheme gave bumper results in 2 years, Rajendra Pal Gautam, who belonged to the Bahujan Samaj, said to Arvind ji, "Sir, poverty does not cut the wings of children just by seeing caste. The children of the general category should also get the benefit of this scheme. Just think and see that if there was someone else in place of Rajendra Ji, would he/she have done this? No way. It is because the politics of caste and religion was going on in Bharat. Rajendra Ji knows that a strong society is one where children of every caste get the best education easily. Arvind Kejriwal is as kind-hearted as our Rajendra Pal Ji is. He immediately implemented the scheme, and the present situation is that the poor children of every caste of Delhi are attracting the attention of the whole world by cracking big exams. Skill Center. Skill centers were set up in Delhi, in which special training is given to children for areas like hotel business, plumber, electrician, etc. The most special thing about these skill centers is that the training here is so practical that the employers give work to the children directly from here. Means direct placement. It was so effective that the Delhi government is rapidly working on a plan to set up many more such skill centers. Children of Delhi in Government of Delhi. It was the foresight of the Kejriwal government that put the children of Delhi on internships in government departments. Due to this, new energy came along with speed in government works, and children started to understand how governments work. It will happen that in the coming time, when these children will come as officers or leaders in the government, they will rapidly change the old and inferior system, and create such a system in which the files will not go from one office to another and go directly to the right destination. The works of the public will be done immediately, and the vehicle of real development will run fast. Sports degree. Many children are good at sports, but at some point, they become out of competition as a sportsperson. When they return to worldliness, they insult them by calling them illiterate, and don't even give them a job with a good salary. The Kejriwal government will give graduation degrees to such children to give them their rights so that they can lead their lives like graduates. Sports university. The Kejriwal government has built sports university to provide the best environment and facilities to the players. Whose VC is Olympic medalist Karnam Malleswari Ji, because only sportspersons know better what sportspersons want. Take diet, for example. Leaders across the country eat the diet money of the players, and then want medals from the same players. If a player becomes a leader, he/she may do anything wrong, but will not eat the diet money, because only a player knows the importance of diet in the game. Education budget. Money is needed for all the miracles mentioned above. That's why the Kejriwal government spent 25% of its budget only, and only on education. Yes, it is the only state in the whole country whose education budget is 25%. Let me tell you again that these are the things that I am aware of. Apart from this, there will be many other things that are beyond my knowledge. That means there are other miracles that true leaders from Delhi would have done to make the golden future of our children. You are requested to personally visit the government schools of the Delhi government, then come and ask your respective governments when you will do this.